Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need.
So this is where we start today. This is where the road number 1, the old Tokaido line starts. It's 429 kilometers to Kyoto. Not gonna do the whole thing, but I'm gonna walk part of it, or walk part of it, so it should be fun. Weather's nice. The rig is acting up, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna go ahead that way. So this is the old Tokaido route. I decided to walk this time. It starts from Nihonbashi. The end goal is in Kyoto, 429 kilometers south. I decided to take on a couple of the earlier parts, so 33 kilometers ish to Yokohama, the Yamashita Park by the bay.
I love the way we vibe. You're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need.
The old Tokaido route runs where the National Road 15 is currently, except for there are certain little parts that divert from the National Road 15 because that's where they put the bigger road in afterwards. But in general, it's Road 15, and it's a straight line heading south. So yeah, about an hour and a half in, about 8K. Well, I'm feeling good. The rig is not working. It's coming up and going down. It's really annoying. My cave is close by, so I thought about dropping it off, but then I was like, well, I could use this for weight training, so I'm using it just as weight. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So clearly, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, which is very likely, or there's something wonky going on with my rig. Good thing I have a Android phone doing some backup capturing on the Wiggle app. It's a Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, so the streets are still kind of quiet. I hope to get through this area in the next hour or so. But yeah, weather-wise it's nice. It's a bit chillier in the shadows, but when the sun is, it's nice and warm. So, all right, catch you later. So coming up is the first post town, Shinagawa. This is a city district where people used to stay overnight when they traveled from Edo to Kyoto back in the days. This is very good. It's interesting. This is the old Tokaido, so where we're walking right now. This one goes to Kyoto after 429 kilometers from Nihonbashi, where we started. National Road 1 or 15 is one block over there, but we're gonna go through the old road. It's kind of a new neighborhood for me, and it should be fun. Like I said, the weather is gorgeous. It's a great day to Warwalk, except for the fact that my rig doesn't work for shit. But yeah, look, that's where we're heading, all the way to Yokohama. So the old Tokaido route is a pretty flat route. It's pretty easy to walk. It has some nice temples and shrines and old buildings around it that you can easily hop in and check out. Despite the fact it's an old route, the community around it is still very vibrant. So this is where the old execution grounds was, right as the entrance into Edo, as a warning to travelers. This is where they burned and crucified and let the criminals hang there as a warning sign. It's amazing that this kind of thing still stands there, but... You know, the funny thing about Warwalking is that, like, this neighborhood, I've never been here. Been here for 20 some years in Tokyo, but I didn't even know this neighborhood existed. So, always find new places. It's for me, it's somewhere between trail running and fast packing or hiking, I guess. I don't run, so I'm not in it for the time or whatnot, maybe distance, and device numbers, but yeah, I mean, I did like this whole neighborhood. Did not know that this existed. So So this is the border for the second prefecture, Kanagawa. Cross the river, then we get into Kawasaki Yado, the first post town in the Kanagawa prefecture. So a funny thing happened here is that as I was walking, I had an epiphany about the rig settings. So I ended up taking a break and debugging, and it ended up working. So the last half, the rig actually functioned as I intended. And we're here now, Kawasaki. So one more to go, I think. So yeah, it's just a regular neighborhood. I was worried that I was on the wrong path, but the GPX data was right. So I'm still on the right path. It's 4.5 hours, I think about 20k from where I started, something like that. Still going good.
You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind.
Now the interesting thing about walking this route is that if you didn't know, it would just look like a regular road in the neighborhood, except for the fact that once you realize it, that you're walking on the same route as people have for hundreds of years. This is the old Tokaido line. It's still in a very active, just a street down the neighborhood, but yeah, it's been here for 100 and 100 of years, so it's kind of cool. So this is a historical marker for the Namamugi incident, also known as the Richardson Affair, which happened in 1862, where a British merchant was mortally wounded for disrespecting the Satsuma clan leader by not dismounting his horse as the clan leader was approaching with his procession. So yeah, I made it. 33.5 K, 6.5 hours. I was hoping for sub 6, under 6 hours, but kind of goofed off in the middle. I was going to do the return, but it's getting dark and cold and my body's disagreeing, so the return will have to wait till next time. So as I was walking, I figured out a way to debug the rig issues that I was having. And here are some of the stats. The bottom two are my cell phones, and then the top three are the rigs. Overall, it was 20,000 new Wi-Fi access points added to Wiggle as a score. Like I said, if it had worked from the very beginning, there would have been more, but I'm pretty happy about the findings, and it was fun. So that's me walking the old Tokaido route. I had fun. Interesting thing is that, you know, you learn about history, but once you start walking it, there's a whole nother dimension that you learn from it. I had great fun walking the old route. And like I said, as I walked, I figured out what was wrong with my rig. Kind of helps, you know, going under the sun and actually testing the rig in a real life setting. So I had fun. If you like these kind of videos, let me know, because editing these is not something I enjoy doing. But if people want to see more about me, Warwalking Tokyo, you know what to do. Hit me up, either here or on the Twitters or Instagram. And then, yeah, let me know. Stay safe. This is the last long walk for 2021, I think. So happy holidays and see you next year.